Hey guys, what's up? Coach Brian Klepacki here with criticalbench.com. The truth about steroids. Everything you need to know about steroids is found in this video. So what are steroids? Maybe you're not familiar with the term steroids. Or maybe you are. Maybe you use them. Maybe you're considering to use them. Wherever you find yourself in the world of steroids, this video is for you. In 1849, a scientist by the name of Albert Adolf Berthold was the first scientist to really start playing around with a thing called testosterone. At the time, he didn't know what it was or what he was doing. He definitely didn't know that his research would go on to really set the tone for steroid use. What he did way back when is he just removed testicles from a bird. He wanted to see what the testicles did in the bird, the characteristics of a male bird species. What he found out was that once the testicles were removed, the bird started decreasing the characteristics of a male bird. It's pretty interesting. But he never really thought anything of it, and society definitely saw it as kind of like, we shouldn't be messing around with this just because it's kind of odd. So it really wasn't until the 1930s when things progressed forward in the world of steroids. Researchers and doctors and scientists were all making big moves into advancements in steroids and what they were. A Nobel Peace Prize was even given to a chemist who started messing around with steroids and was able to figure out how to synthetically create steroids. Fascinating stuff. The history behind steroids is pretty neat. But it really didn't take hold of the entire world until about the 1950s, maybe the early 60s. Soviet Union at the time, Russia, a lot of Eastern countries started really seeing the benefits of using steroids for performance enhancing.
Now, me personally, I've been taking steroids since I was 18. I'm 43, so what is that, 25 years?
Anabolic steroids. Anabolic steroids are synthetically formed chemicals that is pumped into the body through a needle, through pills, or even a topical cream. And the whole premise behind steroid use is to artificially boost what's naturally occurring in the body, which is testosterone. The adrenal glands, which are right above the kidneys, are responsible for producing testosterone. So now when somebody takes steroids, they add in a larger dose of testosterone into the body to do the same exact thing that testosterone does, but just at a higher rate of efficiency. So that's why you see these big guys at the gym just looking jacked. It's because one of two things. There's a good chance that they're using some kind of synthetic drug, or maybe even it is not synthetic, but it's naturally occurring, but in another animal or a plant. Second being, they're going to work their tail off in the gym. There's no way about it. You can't just take steroids and get huge. You have to stimulate the muscle. It all goes down to gene coding, developing stronger, more dense cells in the muscle. About the history of steroids, but what do steroids actually do in the body? They do a lot of different things that a lot of people aren't familiar with. Things like cholesterol, digestion, vitamin absorption, all those things are controlled by steroids. Now, we're not talking about anabolic steroids here, but there are other types of steroids called corticosteroids that doctors use for the medical side. So anabolic steroids are more for muscle development and growth. Corticosteroids are more for clinical, medical issues. So I don't want you to associate corticosteroids with anabolic steroids because they are completely different. So what anabolic steroids do in the body is quite remarkable. We're talking about gene coding here, down to the cellular level. About just so much goes on when you start adding extra testosterone into the body. It's remarkable. I've had a chance to study about steroids in school, and it's fascinating information of just how you can change DNA through the use of steroids. Really cool stuff. They're very powerful too. You don't need a lot to go make huge gains. But the thing is, you have to use the right steroids at the right time and the right dosage to make the gains that you want. So now that we know that steroids are very powerful, a lot of power does come with side effects.
I have to say, honestly, I've had no side effects, you know? I mean, my hair is starting to thin a little bit, but I'm 43 years old, you know? Is that due to steroids? Yes, it is, because my dad still has a full head of hair. And you know, that's just something you gotta take into consideration. I'm totally 100% aware that damage is being done to my body by the choices I am making. I know for a fact that doing what I'm doing is going to cause damage. You know, for every positive I'm getting from these steroids, there's a negative that's gonna come along with it. And you know, I have made a choice and I'm willing to deal with that. I'm willing to take those chances. I'm willing to roll the dice. And